dude. Like,
Like
I know
there
we
was
talked.
definitely houses built in the teens and the 20s and all that definitely had like cabinets and stuff that were up high. So like yeah, like it's been around for a bit. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that forever ago, where we were just like talking about how like fucking appliances used to be so much better. Like fridges and shit, dude. They used to have features and shit that they just don't make anymore. I don't think about it.
Not only that, but like your fridge could protect you in a nuclear blast potentially. So yeah. You just had to deal with asbestos and lead. That's all.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
uranium in the glassware.
Yeah. Green glass.
Pretty glass. It glows.
It glows.
Yeah.
But no, like it's like a lot of that I you know what, and I blame Looney Tunes and cartoons in general for this on my end, and Nick at Night too, even. You know what? I'm gonna blame you too, Nick at Night. Because I love that futuristic kind of like style that they had in like the 60s, 50s, 70s.
Oh, the
what they
retro
thought
yeah, the retro
Yeah.
futurism, like the Jetsons and
Dude.
stuff.
Yeah. Or like those modern homes where like the couch is like built into the wall and like folds
Oh,
down.
dude.
And like the table rises out of the floor. Dude, that shit is so badass. So badass.
Like straight up, like one of my dream rooms in my dream home is to have one of those like old school sitting areas where it's like sunk into the ground.
Yes. Yes.
Like, oh, that's so cool.
I looked at a house years ago in Joliet, actually. And it was like an old farmhouse, and like the previous owners had taken the attic and got rid of the roof of it and made a sunken 2-level bedroom, like master bedroom.
Like,
Like
I'm
you
trying to
walk
picture
in,
it.
so like you walk into the bedroom technically,
Yeah.
and like it's like a living area, like couch and TV and shit like that. And then it goes up and it's like a square kind of like area around it where they have like a seating area for them to sit at that looks out the window, the bed itself, and then like all their shit on the other side. Like it was cool looking. It was really cool looking. I've never seen anything like that before. My fear was because it had no railings.
Oh.
Knowing me, I would stumble out of the bed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and my ass would fall off of that, like just straight up fall. Because like I've been sleeping before, and fell out of the second level bunk with the railing to protect you from doing that. I still fell out. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things that is a hazard for those of us that toss and turn in our sleep.
Yeah, I'm a tosser and a
Yeah.
turner.
Now, you actually just like gave me a quick thought here, because I feel like both of us like absolutely want one day to have a home with a secret passageway, right? Like the bookshelf hidden door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right? So what would that lead to? Like, what room in your home would that lead to? Because I was like, as you were talking and like describing that like attic space, I'm like, what would I put behind that door? And immediately like home theater, like that would be the dream, right? Or like the game room, like the D&D game room, like board games.
Yeah. That's where my head was at, was that would lead into like the D&D secret dungeon room, like where the loot is at, and I would set up the table and everything, but on the far end have like fake bags of gold and shit like that, and like a little fake chest and everything.
Yeah, definitely medieval themed. Like do
Yeah.
like faux stone walls. Give it
Yeah.
like a tavern style, like bar top.
Fucking candelabras along the table.
Sconces.
Some sconces. Dude. But have it
yes.
all be like full on electric, so like I don't have to worry about starting the house on fire, because
Oh yeah, dude.
I'll probably
fuck that. Yeah.
I don't want to start the house on fire. Maybe one real candle but that'll be like a lightly scented candle because I don't like scented candles that often. So it would have to give some sort of. You know what? I bet you there are like Etsy shops or whatever that sell dungeon themed candles, and I would get one of those. I would get one of those.
You, I have one that is on like the top shelf over here that is like Dragonfire Tavern or something. Over here.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever lit it. Yeah, it doesn't smell good though.
Oh.
So that's why it hasn't been burned.
I don't remember what that one smells like. It doesn't have a cool look to it. Like it's just a regular glass with like a wooden like stopper top.
Yeah.
But it's like bamboo and eucalyptus or something like that. It's very light. I fucking love lighter scents. I hate like super scented candles, man. It's so gross.
Dude,
it makes me gag.
Some of the scented stuff these days is just too powerful, and it just like it's noxious.
Do you remember the days of just walking by Yankee Candle in the mall and like dying? Like
Dude, that and Bath and Body Works were like the most offensive. And then there was like the third one, which was like the hippie store that just reeked of patchouli.
Of patchouli, and then there was like the cologne store where like you couldn't figure out what the cologne you wanted smelled like because you just smell all of them.
It's
like,
overpowering. Nah. And then what was that bullshit store? Abercrombie and Fitch for some reason had a scent.
Yep. Same thing with Aeropostale.
Yeah, I couldn't stand those
God,
stores.
So weird. But like I always got headaches from that. And I still do. I can't go into Bath and Body Works, Bed Bath and Beyond, Yankee Candle. I can't go into those places because I get like a migraine by the time I walk out. I can't handle it. It's too much scent.
Yeah, dude. No, that's definitely like side effect of being like neurodivergent.
It's like imagine putting like a bloodhound after he's smelled someone's like stuff to go find him, and it's just like in a room completely filled with it. He's like, oh my god,
mixed with potpourri.
Yes, because you have to.
Yeah.
No, but I just I couldn't handle like having a 2-floor thing like that because that was what instantly made me go no.
Mm-hmm.
Was the realization that I would fall off.
Yeah. So the only other I remember you were telling me about different places that you were looking at back in the day, and I remember one very specifically where we were like on a mission trying to determine what the hell was going on with that house because it sounded creepy as hell.
I know exactly which house you're talking about. Yes. I'm not going to say the town this is in because I don't want to give it away. Cause
we're not going to dox them.
Yeah. But I was looking at a house. It was a 2-story. It was like from the pictures on like I think it was like Redfin or one of those Zillow, one of those things before they became super evil and started buying houses and only allowing people to rent them.
That backfired.
Yeah, a little bit. Not fully, but a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's some subdivisions that are just no houses because of that shit. But like it looked great from the pictures, and everything. And we get there and it doesn't look as good in person on the outside. Like I was like, it's a little dirty, whatever. As soon as we go inside, I noticed that there is a mag lock on the inside of the main door. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, now
like, why is that there? Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the folks that aren't familiar with what a mag lock is.
Mag locks are magnetic locks. They are you give them power and the magnet ignites and when it comes in contact with the strike, which is like part of the door, it makes a magnetic seal and you can't pull the door open, you can't push the door open. It's just a way to lock your doors. A lot of your like corporate buildings and stuff like that have this.
Lots of
like
high security,
places.
Yeah,
high security typically. This is like higher end stuff typically.
Yeah,
not uncommon though, but not normally found in a house.
Yeah, it's not something that you're gonna find at like Home Depot usually.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're going to a manufacturer for this if you're a homeowner.
Yeah,
and it was really weird. And so we're like, whatever, okay. So we're looking around the house, and the first floor, not that bad overall, but I did see some water damage, and I was like, okay. We go upstairs, and every single door in this house has a maglock. Every single one. The bathroom, the fucking closet, the master bedroom, the children's bedrooms. I was like, what? And now, mind you, the maglocks aren't on the inside of the doors. They're out on the hallway, the main hallway, except for the master bedroom one. The master bedroom one, that one was on the inside.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on in this house, but this was not the type of thing where it came across like someone was trying to keep someone from coming into the house. This very much came across like someone was trying to keep someone inside that fucking house.
Yeah, and I believe you told me there was also like cans for where cameras would be mounted too.
Yes, all over. That was gonna be my next thing, because when I went into the master bedroom, first I should say when I went into the closet, that was where the all the relay cards for all these doors were at, because I've worked with systems like this, so like I knew there had to be something like that, and I found it in the main closet on the second floor. But you pull those cards out and all those doors will instantly unlock, basically. So I find that, and I find that it goes right into the master bedroom next to it. So I go into the master bedroom, and that's where I found out that there was also a camera system. So I go back out into the hallway, and sure enough, there's can spots for fucking cameras. Mm-hmm. All gone, no cameras anymore, but they were there. And where the way the can was set up, like the can is like the mount is like a little like half bowl looking thing, like a bowl.
It looks very similar to where what you would see with like recessed lighting in a regular house. Yeah.
Yeah. So the cameras were not inside, but they left the mounts, essentially, the casings. And they were all facing towards the doors. Like, real fucking creepy. Like, one of them was facing up and down the stairs. I found him on the first floor. And this all went into the master bedroom. Like, I don't know what fucking happened in this house, but it was fucked up. Like, that's for certain.
Yeah, we had a lot of prevailing theories after you told us, like, that was it like just the next day or that same night after you came back from there.
Yeah.
I think what was our first one was werewolf. Werewolf lived there. Yeah.
Yep. Human trafficker was another one.
Human trafficker. Serial killer.
Yep, serial killer was a big one. That one I still kind of lean towards, actually.
Yeah.
Because, like, I got the impression, like, these people were tortured in these rooms. They looked like normal bedrooms, don't get me wrong, but just a little bit of plastic wrap and, you're not going to see anything.
Yeah, I think we finally settled on, like, probably, like, something very sad, like someone suffering from, like, severe dementia, Alzheimer's, something of that nature. That's kind of, like, what the hope would be, instead of, like, oh, I'm living in a crime house.
Yeah, that was the good-natured one. Honestly, because I could see that if they were like, you know what, I'm not giving up on my family member. I'm not putting them in a home. I'll do what I got to do. Let's set up these doors for when I'm not home. I don't know. Give me your thoughts, audience, on what you think that is. But I lean towards the negative still. So,
God, I know we don't want to, like, obviously reveal where this house is, but it'd be great if we could have found the listing with the photos. That way we could, like, just, put them up right here so people could see, like, what it advertised as what the house looked like, and they can get a feel for, how disjointed that would be.
If I had my old phone, I would be able to bring up those pictures because I saved them on there. That's how fucked up it was. It had been years, like, afterwards before I got a new phone, but I had saved those images for years on that phone, and I just didn't transfer anything over to the new phone. So
I feel that. I mean, if it's not saved on the cloud, I'm not even going to bother with it,
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there for hours on end for like 10 pictures. Screw that. Just get the phone ready to go. I want to do it. So, yeah. But yeah, man, that place was creepy. I remember we had, like, I think 3 other places to see after that, and I was just done for the day. I was like, no. this is just gonna go downhill. You can't go better.
No.
Like you can't. It's just downhill. Like whatever happened in this house, it's gonna be more obvious what happened in the next house.
And on top of which, like, how are you supposed to concentrate on looking at a different place after that? You know,
Exactly.
your mind's just gonna retreat to like, what the hell was up with that house?
I still think about it to this day, man. Like the fact that I knew you were gonna bring it up. Like as soon as I brought up this other house.
Yeah.
Because I originally thought about bringing up that house first, but I was like, maybe I'll save that for another time. But no. Yeah, it's it was fucked up, man. And I've seen a lot of houses. I've only seen one that was like that. So.
Oh man. Yeah,
I worked for a paint company, and I saw some fucking houses where they like during the housing market crash, where people had bought these homes to like rehab them and sell them, and the previous owners had dumped concrete into the pipes.
Yep.
So like they walk into these homes and it's just like water damage everywhere. I would still rather walk into one of those homes.
Yeah, after what was that local company over by us that used to, deal with what was their advertising for? It was like natural disasters, septic tank burst, flooding, and crime scene cleanup in residential homes. Like those guys, like they were like disaster cleanup is what they advertised themselves as. Oh God, I'm not gonna shout out the name right now because I don't remember it exactly, and I don't want to get it wrong.
Either. But I know what company you're talking about, though. And didn't we both try and get hired by them at one point?
We both thought about it. I backed out of it because don't get me wrong, they make fantastic money. But they cover like 5-state area on call when they're on the clock. So it's just like, it's really hard to manage anything else if you're doing that job. But they make fantastic money, as well they should. Like
hell yeah. I mean, how many times are you gonna see brain matter before you're so desensitized it doesn't matter anymore? You know?
Yeah. Before, like, how many times do you have to like wade through waist deep, liquid feces before you're able to, sleep again?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. I think I would. Was it 5 days you can survive without sleep?
Maybe.
On average.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it to the 5. I wouldn't make it.
I've got a data interrupting my view right now.
Aw, little kitty. I can't see anything. It's always a black screen for me. I just accept it. You know what I mean? Like I just accept it. It's okay.
Yeah. But I know there's like some wrestling and stuff that we can talk about today. Some cool shit that happened the past week. But I gotta get it off my chest. I went to a show last night. I sent a photo in the group chat.
Yes.
I'm assuming you were already passed out at this point.
I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Walsh had no idea who was in the photo with me. So
no.
Yeah, I went to go see Justin Willman last night over in Fort Myers. Justin Willman, he is a magician. He's had a couple of shows on Netflix. There is the Magic for Humans and the Magic Prank Show. Number one,
hell yeah,
solid magician all around. Like, dude knows his stuff. He's been doing it for years. He's been on TV for like ever. Remember like Singular Wireless? He used to do the ads for them. He did like traveling reporter stuff with magic for like Rachel Ray when she had a daytime TV show. Like he's been all over the place.
Feel sorry for him having to do that one, but it is what it is.
Yeah, like he still got
money's money.
Yeah. So he's been like, working for years. He also had like another show that he hosted on like, I don't know, one of the offshoots of like Tech TV or something like that back in the day, where they did like, oh hey, here's cool internet videos and shit like that. But we're on cable TV, like early 2000s stuff.
Like Tosh.0, but not as good, basically.
Yeah, like different format, same idea.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Went to his show last night. Got fantastic seats up over in Fort Myers, and fucking, it was a blast. Number one.
Hell yeah.
Number two, as is my luck, I got pulled on stage multiple times. Yeah.
Nice. Did you get sawed in half?
No, I did not get sawed in half.
Damn.
No, he took $100 from me and turned it into $1.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. And then later on in the show, he took that $1 back and turned it into this.
Oh, wow. That's so cool looking.
It's one of... I know you don't. I'm showing the folks at home. But, yeah, it's the trick where you turn $1 into, like, oh, hey, we moved everything around, and all the outside edges are now on the inside.
Oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
And then he gave me my $100 back.
Nice.
After I
Good
had
of him.
my other options were, some other things. And then he did that thing where it's like, oh, I have 2 wallets here. Pick whichever one you want. I'm like, okay, give me the one on the left. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And he just does it, opens it up. Okay, here's your $100. He goes, you want to see what's in the other one? I'm like, there's more money in there, isn't there? He goes, yeah, there is. There's like $1,000 in here. I'm like, thanks, dude.
Oh,
and, yeah,
my friend,
yeah.
My friend.
Yeah.
One of the few times where when in doubt, turn left goes wrong.
Exactly. And then I got pulled on stage for the finale with a bunch of other people that he had incorporated throughout the show for the big finale, which was tied into basically every other bit of crowd work that he did that night. I'm not going to spoil it for folks because the amount of randomness that he introduced that he then incorporated into the finish is fucking amazing. Like the the dude's next level on the mentalism and like forcing, things to happen.
Dude, hell yeah. Well, you know me, like I have an uncle who's a magician, so
yes, we've covered this before.
No hate, like love that shit. What's his name again?
Justin Willman.
Justin Willman. Shout out to Justin Willman. What's any of the names of his Netflix specials?
Yeah, he's got 2 series on Netflix. It's Magic for Humans and The Magic Prank Show.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check those out.
Yeah, the Magic Prank Show is newer. It's just a fun show. Like literally, he is. I think he went on like Instagram like initially, just being like, "Hey, I've got an idea for a new show. If you've ever like wanted to get revenge on someone or pull a prank on someone, hit me up and we'll pick the best ones." And they're all like ranging from like actual pranks to like, oh, okay, this is just fun. Like one of them is a gentleman trying to set up a proposal for his boyfriend.
Oh, awesome.
And they just like go, next level with it. It's pretty great. I'm not gonna.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting into the details on them because I want people to experience them for the first time if they want to check them out.
Yeah, definitely, audience, check it out. I'm going to. That's awesome.
Yeah, but got to meet him after the show. Dude was like, God, the show wrapped up or a little bit after 9, and like we got to meet him like it was almost like 10:30, and the line was still like way behind us for people to do like the meet and greet with him, and he was just full of energy still, just being like a total fucking sweetheart.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. I mean, that's the way you build like a core audience, just having that dedication to meet everyone that wants to meet you. Yeah.
And like for a dude that didn't have an opening act, like he kept everybody, at the top. Like the crowd was with him 100% the whole show.
Hell yeah.
Like he's one of those guys. Yeah, like he's one of those dudes, like he's got, the skills to do the magic, but even more impressive is his comedic timing and his crowd work. Like the dude just knows how to work an entire crowd like it's nothing.
So badass. Hell yeah. I could never imagine like going up on stage and doing comedy, let alone magic as well. I think there's obviously like you see it pretty commonly where the two are tied together.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to do it well though. It takes a special person to be able to tie those two together real well. So, kudos. Definitely kudos.
And then I just want to give a quick shout out to, I can't remember the name of it, but unfortunately a few years ago, he lost his mother. She had early onset Alzheimer's. And him and his siblings, they set up disease foundation research for it. I believe he said they've raised like $250,000 so far. And
wow.
yeah, one of the things that they do is he made a magic kit for everyone. It's got, stuff in there for like even kids can use, and all the proceeds from sales of that go to the foundation. And they're just out there trying to help people and looking for a cure, basically.
What's the website? Let's shout that out.
Yeah, it's just his personal website. It's justinwillman.com. It's
Okay.
Willman, Willman.
Okay. For any of you that's listening on YouTube, we should have that link down in the description below as well.
Yeah.
So,
but if you, he's doing this tour right now. It's the Illusionati tour.
that's an awesome name.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's still got some dates coming up in, let's see here, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Grand Rapids, Charleston, Lexington. He's going all over the United States right now.
Good for him.
Yeah. Absolutely go fucking check him out. It's a great show.
Touring ain't easy, man.
No, touring ain't easy, and he's also one of those guys that I have a huge amount of respect for, because he said trans rights like a decade ago publicly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like before like everyone was talking about it, he was one of the first people to be like, no, dude, these bathroom laws are fucking stupid. Get rid of them.
I mean, they are. Let's just have gender neutral bathrooms. Fuck it. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm gonna pee in a toilet. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a firm believer that we should separate it into bathroom 1 is for peeing, bathroom 2 is for pooping, and leave it at that.
Oh my god, that would be so good. I would love that, man. I would love that, dude. So I went to the store. Was it yesterday? No, yeah, it was yesterday. And I had to blow my nose real bad because this temperature has just been weird around here. Like, we're having like great temperature in July, like early June temps right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's it's like making my my allergies and stuff flare up real bad. So I ran into the bathroom to blow my nose, and I couldn't smell nothing when I first went in, right? Because just congested.
Yeah.
Blew my nose and went to take a normal breath, and I fucking gagged. Like, someone was like duking up a fucking like nuclear bomb, brother. Like they weren't silent. I just assumed it was loud, just loud. But man, dude, that was an affront to like everything that is normal. I wish I was still clogged up there and walked out like unable to breathe still. Like, that would have been better. So
I will say, just for some perspective, Derek, you probably have one of the more sensitive constitutions I've known in my years.
Yeah, for certain things. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Scent especially. Scent really gets you.
Yep. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The fart bottle we had made me puke. We all farted in a bottle for like a month straight, and then we opened it up one day on my birthday, and we all threw up.
I don't know why we decided your birthday would be a good day for that, but that's what it was.
Happy birthday to me. Let me tell you that much. I cannot handle like someone throwing up.
No.
The smell of throw up.
The sound.
Or yeah, the sound is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But you give me blood, guts, brain matter, stuff like that, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, I'm okay when it's that stuff. But like normal bodily fluids, for some reason, no, just
Nope.
don't.
Yeah. The usual, like, everyday boring stuff. Nope, that's what gets you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I used to have, and I still kind of do sometimes. The sink trap. That makes me gag. Like when you can't get everything out and you gotta like stick your finger in there. Like I'm so glad that I don't have really good feeling in my palms anymore. So like it's less bad, but it's still bad because I can still visualize it and it's really gross.
Yeah. The weird chowder-esque material that comes out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like my imagination is really bad about that too, because I remember one time I had the flu really bad, and I don't get sick often, but I had the flu really bad growing up, and my dad came home, and they had me like do the dishes while I was like super sick, and my dad came home and started telling me how he brought home like roast beef sandwiches, but mine was rolled in an ashtray, and the visualization
What?
almost made me throw up.
Why, of all things? I don't know.
I don't know, but to this day, he will bring that up, and it's still, even though I'm not like actually sick with the flu, will still kind of make my stomach go. Bleh.
Yeah, I think he just knows that it gets you.
It does. It does. Decades later, it still gets me, man.
So let's. I want to get off of that because I don't want to make you gag anymore.
Yeah, I was trying not to visualize it. I'm sorry, audience.
Yeah.
I was like, my mouth was watering a little bit. I was trying to stop talking there.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. So,
I'm good.
yeah. Some things to look forward to. We got the Deadpool and Wolverine movie coming out.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that heavily.
Yeah.
They just keep putting out trailers, man.
Yeah.
So they did this with the first movie, right? Where they threw out a bunch of these different trailers that showed the movie in a different light, and the one they stuck the most with was this is like a love story movie.
Yeah.
Because it hit the hardest because it was right around Valentine's Day, I believe, when that one released.
I think you might be right about that exactly.
They're doing the same with this one, but not with like the same kind of like Valentine's Day theme or anything.
No.
They're doing this like you're always a hero, even when you're not a hero.
Yeah.
Kinda
February
theme.
12th, Derek.
I was right. I
United
thought
States.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I want to say that the person I was with at the time, I was able to convince them to go see that movie because I said it was a love story.
Yeah.
And yeah, I loved it. I don't know. I mean, it was a love story for me, man. It was a good movie.
Still loved
is.
it too. Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for that. That looks really good. And that final trailer they just put out, man, that is a banger.
Dude.
I don't want to say much in case anybody hasn't seen it. Like, definitely see the trailer.
If you don't want spoilers, don't watch the trailer. If you don't care about spoilers, watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goddamn, that got me way more excited.
Right?
Way more excited. I am so happy.
I know Ryan Reynolds has his own marketing agency, and it seems like they roll it out extra hard every time there's a Deadpool movie, because this one feels like they are just flexing all of their muscles right now. In particular,
Yes.
I want to get on Xbox specifically for not making the Deadpool controller available for retail. That is they would sell that by the pallet load. I guarantee it.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Bring back the Deadpool game for the 360.
Yeah, put that on sale. People gobble that up. Just put it on Game Pass. Fuck it.
Yeah, or remaster it.
Ooh, yeah.
And
That
have
might take a little
Deadpool talk about how it's remastered while the other game you're playing is still playing. So you hear Deadpool on top of Deadpool.
Yeah. And, actually bring back Nolan North and Ryan Reynolds and have them do competing commentary over
Yes.
it.
Yes. And both of them yelling at each other as Deadpool.
Yeah.
And both complaining about Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah. Like, both of them, just shitting on Green Lantern.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it. No more CGI suits.
Yeah,
Not around
never.
here.
God, that's such a mistake.
I mean, you can CGI it a little bit, but you need to be wearing something. The only one that gets to get away with that is fucking Tony Stark, man.
Yeah, and even then, they, for the first one, they did a ton of practical work that really sell it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't until they had the money behind them where they started doing like where it was like mainly just the chest piece, I think, like or like the upper part of the chest piece.
Yeah, like they had like the chest piece, like the shoulders, I want to say, like part of the chest, and then I think they still did the like part of the helmet for a while until
I
they
think
got
so
away
too.
from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was just the front part of the mask that they were doing CGI for a bit. Like, if you look at the first movie, there's still CGI on the suit, but it's more to make the suit do things expected of the Iron Man suit to do in the movie. I love that practical work they did with the suit.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a huge budget at the time, obviously. So,
And
not
you know,
compared to what they
were
used
making
to.
it up as they were going too,
That too. That too.
which is the most
But-
surprising thing.
It's one of the better Marvel movies to this day. Like,
Absolutely.
honestly.
I mean, we've got what? Okay, first Iron Man. I love actually like all three of the Iron Man movies. I know 2 and 3 get a lot of hate, but 3's still up there for me. Just because it's more of a Tony Stark movie.
Honestly, dude, 3 going back at it and kind of watching it after getting through Endgame
Yeah.
makes more sense for how his PTSD would form, like, or manifest in front of people. It's really believable, honestly, going back and watching. I didn't like it the first time. It really annoyed me the first time I watched it. Because I thought it was just like some sort of hammy take on PTSD. But then going back after seeing Endgame and everything, like the kind of person he was at the time when the first Avengers movie came out is not the same guy who snaps his fingers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's some degrees of the same guy, but overall it's a different dude. 3 is honestly 1 and 3 are my favorites of the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, I think really the major misstep with 3, in my opinion, isn't so much the reveal of the Mandarin not being, the Mandarin, but it being, Guy Pearce. I think they just, like, I like that idea of doing that turn. I just think the execution with Guy Pearce being, the actual, like, Mandarin, whatever, that's where it fell short,
Yeah, I felt like we needed the bait, don't get me wrong. It should have been someone else for sure. He should have been working for the Mandarin still.
Yeah.
Maybe do like a Negan thing, like we are Negan, but like we are Mandarin.
Something like that.
Something, but that sounds kind of bad. I don't know. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Like the we are one kind of deal.
Now, that's a good transition point because we just had the season finale of the latest season of The Boys.
Yes.
And Negan making his appearance there again. Is Kessler, I believe his character's name is?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say the season overall a little uneven for me. But
It needed more time to cook.
Yeah, needed a little bit more time to cook. I think they could have cut some things out entirely, particularly like the whole thing with Frenchie going to jail and then being out of jail for, a couple episodes there.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just a little bit of a wasted plot point.
It just seemed like a way to get him out of the way.
Yeah.
Honestly. So, and it was a cheap gimmick to do it, but you know what? Sometimes you have to get a plot point across if you don't have time.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the kid Ryan's actions in the final episode, but I honestly feel like they're very reasonable for, a teenage boy to, react in that way in that moment at that time.
I mean, this kid has been coddled almost his entire life to some degree.
I mean, he's been isolated for the majority of it.
Yeah, like it's hard to say like, oh, this is how a teenager would react when it's someone who never got to be social.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I bought in essentially. Like I think it was rational, technically. Well, irrational, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you can rationalize it.
I mean, it feels like the whole season is just a collection of people fumbling the ball.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely off track of what the comic is in many ways. So I still think it's better than the comic.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, mainly because of the great actors that you have in these roles. But it's not its strongest season.
No. Although I do get the sense that the next season will stick the landing.
Do you think that'll be the finale?
Yeah, I believe they're only doing 5 seasons.
Okay.
And I feel as though everything that they've been putting in place this season is so they can, get to this last arc of the story.
I'm wondering if they're going to try and pull off the ending of The Boys from the comic in a better way. Because it does feel like... Did you read The Boys all the way through?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how some of these character arcs are meant to go. Or should go, essentially. I feel like they are leaning towards that ending.
They are and they aren't, because when you go back to the comic book, Homelander was much less of a focal point in the comic book. He was, a symptom of the problem. He wasn't behind everything, really. He was just, another soup almost. He was the most powerful, but he was still at the end of the day just, another soup.
I agree. I guess I feel more like for the main characters themselves, less than Homelander, and how they're going to try and end things.
Yeah.
I feel like that pathing is... I don't know if they're going to do it the same way with some of them, but I feel like that pathing is inevitable still.
Yeah, I just don't know how well... I don't know what level of parody they can even reach at this point, because they've hit such an extreme level of parody of real life that it's almost, future telling, like how The Simpsons have been.
Yes. Yeah, agreed. It's kind of worrisome because that's been happening literally since the first season. So,
yeah, the first season, you're like, oh, they're, being very contemporary with how they're setting everything up. Now it's like, okay, they had to have filmed this at least a year in advance.
Right.
And which means they probably wrote it 2 years ago. So they were just that far ahead of it for somehow it to line up almost exactly with what is happening right now.
It's kind of amazing because I feel like when you're writing stories, it's there used to be the adage, especially with Onion articles, these things wouldn't actually happen if you actually read it. But unfortunately, we live in a day and age where it's hard to outdo reality to make it seem unbelievable.
Yeah.
A lot of times you end up being less crazy than reality, despite it being a superhero show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Speaking of superheroes, have you seen the announcement for the new Absolute universe for DC?
No, actually.
Yeah, so they're kicking off what is announced as, it's the DC All-In Special. It's a single issue mega event.
Okay.
Basically, it's new directions for the major superheroes of DC. So Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. Written by Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson. Scott Snyder's hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
He could be either way. The most important thing here is they're introducing a Batman in this who has no money, no mansion, no butler. Just a jack dude in a bat suit. With that doesn't have something that looks like a bat at all on the front of it. It's just a block almost with some points.
I mean, we need a different Batman,
yeah, and a Superman with floppy hair.
I'm okay with that. I hope they bring back the one piece that sticks out with the little curl back in.
The spit curl. No, it's think more Gen Z, just blah, coming down like a center part.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I hope when he's flying, that part sticks out as an homage.
Wonder Woman's got a giant fuck off sword though.
As she should.
Yeah.
As she should.
Mm-hmm.
I'm preferring these more later iterations I'm seeing of Wonder Woman where she has a shield and sword more often.
Yeah, because, like, why not? She looks like a warrior then.
Dude, I think it just makes her scarier, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, blocking bullets with your wrist guards is cool and all, but, like, having a shield and then cutting a dude in half looks a lot cooler.
It does. I mean, she could probably just tear people in half with her bare hands, but still.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to, like, you don't want to callous them up.
Mm-mm. It just looks cool.
It just looks cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see her, though, being so angry one time that while she's in an elevator with the guy, she rips him in half.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah, just because, like, the dude, like, farted.
Yeah.
And that's a no-no.
Yeah, like, he farted some weird sticky substance.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
It's spoilers for a show, so I'm not going to say anything. It's just making fun of how it didn't happen that exact way, but yeah.
No, Derek, that was a separate bodily function. is
I know,
what that
I know,
was.
but we went with fart, so I stuck with it. Is all.
Oh, poor Web Weaver.
Poor Web Weaver.
That
We barely knew thee.
we barely knew thee, but you gave us an important lesson for the kids: stay off drugs.
Yep. Yep. Where's my drugs?
And always remember to keep your safe word at an easily accessible place.
Yeah, actually. Don't make it something that's very hard to say. Make it like 2 syllables max.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go onomatopoeia, because that's really hard to do when you're wincing in pain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I just got a flashback to Euro Trip.
Uh-huh. I just don't remember what that word was, so I don't even want to...
Not a real word.
Doppelhoffen.
Not a real word. But actually, funnily enough, that was Lucy Lawless, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I was about to say that. Like, you
Yeah.
know what? Xena coming at me with some Tridon gun with her goons. I guess I submit. You know.
I mean, still one of the coolest people to walk the earth.
I love that they got her for that movie though. Like, was she just around like Matt Damon? Because Matt Damon's also in that movie,
Yeah.
and he just happened to be around or whatever. And he's friends with like the director.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I'm here for a day. So he just did this quick little thing doing Scotty Doesn't Know. And like, you go on TikTok and you can still hear Scotty Doesn't Know to this day. Like, people still use it for memes and shit. And I love it.
Well, yeah, because it's just one of those things that, despite the rest of that movie being, somewhat forgettable, along with,
Boozy.
the rest of the
Boozy.
cast, it still had some staying power, that little song, because it was catchy.
You know who doesn't get enough love though? The Absinthe Fairy.
The Absinthe Fairy. Who was that?
I don't know. But he doesn't get enough love.
No, he
So-
doesn't. I mean, I'm going to agree with you on that one.
And if you played the Absinthe Fairy and you are watching this, let us know, brother. Like, how you doing?
Yeah. Like, what's up?
Because your role was awesome. I loved it, dude. It was so jarring and hilarious.
It was out there.
It was so good. It was like one of the better parts of that movie of just like a one-off kind of fucking joke.
Yeah, like that and fucking Vinnie Jones.
Yes, yes. Oh my god. That song when they go into that bar, man. What is it?
My baby
takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5 and then he takes another home again to find me watching the something football club. It's been at least a decade since I've seen this movie.
Yeah.
At least.
Okay, so quick look here, Derek. Do you know? I just found out who the Absinthe Fairy was. It was
Who?
the dude who played Banya on Seinfeld.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's he doing nowadays?
Nowadays, let's see. Last thing he was in, Uh, he's done some voice work. It looks like Solar Opposites. 10-year Tom, don't know that. He was on Silicon Valley. The Goldbergs. Look, bits and pieces here. Lots of TV.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, dude's still out there cooking. Steve Heitner, I think is how you say his name.
Okay. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, brother. If you're looking up your own name and we pop up, what's up? Say hi.
Up, dude? Congratulations. Keep on working. Working actors, they put it in the hours to, put food on the table. Don't get enough respect.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been looking into doing voice acting, and let me tell you, man, that shit's no joke trying to put it together just to start up.
Yeah.
Let alone stick to the grind. So, more power to them.
Hell yeah, dude.
I love it.
I guess we should probably get into some wrestling, huh?
Yeah, I guess we should, because there has been some updates on some stuff leading up into SummerSlam, so...
Yeah. Most importantly, before we get to SummerSlam, though, Jinder is hindered no more, as he put on his Twitter. 90 days are up. He's going to start taking dates. Can't wait to see where this dude goes.
It's Raj... what's his last name? I don't remember his last name.
What is he going by these days?
It's Raj something. I saw the picture.
The Maharaja. And, here we go. Yeah, just the Maharaja.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Raj the Maharaja. Yeah, GCW is,
okay.
where I think he just popped up, like, last night, doing work with Matt Cardona. Good
for him, man.
Yeah, Raj Desi, I think is how you say it.
Desi, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, couple of days, he's going to be in Chicago wrestling for Black Label Pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I might be able to go to that. I will try.
We'll see. It's in like 5 days.
Yeah, but I'll see if I can go. If I can go, I'll try and get some pictures and some shit. So that'd be cool. I saw that, was it yesterday, I think, when he posted it. Maybe the day before. But
yeah, I'm trying to get tickets for there's a live event over here pretty close, coming up in like August, later on in August, post SummerSlam. Just a live show for WWE. I'm trying to get tickets for it, but they're fucking expensive as hell right now for a live event, not even taped.
We were looking at it when it was just recently at Allstate, and could not afford that.
Dude, I mean, they're hot right now, so I get it.
I was like, damn it, like, I want to see CM Punk in person.
Fucking cheap shows are expensive.
Dude, for real.
Yeah. So, potential returns. Alexa Bliss. She's been teasing that she's been training. She's been in the ring. It's been a while. She had a kid however many months ago. So, hopefully she's, good. I'm sure she's got a lot of ring rust to work out. And probably is just excited at the prospect of getting back in there.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm happy to see her coming back. I'm glad she got to have her time off, though, and recoup.
Yeah.
Because pregnancy's no joke. Yeah, congrats. Because, pregnancy's no joke. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. That shit's crazy. So that's another thing I can't handle. So I can handle blood and guts. Can't handle birth. When we were younger, we had to do health class, right? We had to watch the birth movie. I damn near passed out. The teacher had to stop the movie, help me stand up, and walk me out into the hallway.
Oh, man.
There is just something about watching a person come out of a person that is more fucked up than any horror movie I've ever seen in my life.
God.
Oh,
brother. So, Paul Heyman could come back. He hasn't been on TV since refusing to acknowledge Solo as the tribal chief.
I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I think that him and Punk will return together, personally.
Him and Punk, or him and Roman. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Personally, I like your hope that it's him and Punk, but I could see it more likely being him and Roman.
I think that's inevitable.
Yeah.
But I could see this would lead into, in my opinion, a way to kind of break the bloodline a little bit easier if Punk and Roman were to team up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could go either way. I just obviously, the nerd in me wants Heyman to go back into Punk's corner and relive the old days along with Cena's retirement. So
yeah, I mean that's where I hope we get to eventually. I just think right now they've got too many irons in the fire with Punk for them to do that right now.
But that's the other reason why I think he needs Paul Heyman to help kind of iron out and get rid of a lot of these different feuds going on with him.
Yeah.
Because it's not cool to Stretch Armstrong someone who has a hard time staying healthy. So, yeah.
Yep. I think you're right. Also, possibly Charlotte Flair. She's been out since like late 2023. She did have surgery earlier in the year for her knee, I believe.
Yes.
So she could be one that we could see coming back.
There's been some hints at it too, because didn't she put out a presser or something the other day?
She did
last week.
Yeah, she made a little bit of noise. We'll see. I'm not sure where we would insert her into what we got going on currently with the storylines. I don't see her going with like intermingling with Liv and Rhea, but maybe with like maybe Bayley and Nia, Tiffy, somewhere in that area. I think
it would be better suited to put her towards that belt overall, because with what's going on now with Rhea being back, it's one of the few times, man, where I got a feeling that Rhea's gonna have her belt back come SummerSlam.
Yeah. She's one of those rare talents that doesn't need a belt, but she just looks so goddamn good with it that you can't not want her to have it,
Exactly. Now, I do feel like we might end up seeing a custody of Dom ladder match. I'm starting to actually believe this.
You're
I'm
thinking
not
the
even
meme
kidding.
might become real.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's because for any of you that didn't watch, audience, Liv and Rhea have talked once more, not in person though, because Liv was recuperating from a wild night in Mexico. She was yelling a lot, so her voice was a little hoarse. But basically throughout, by the end of the conversation, it was, Dom's mine, the belt's mine, you're not taking it, I'll keep what's mine. Yeah. And later on, Rhea tells Dom, hey, you're mine, I'm not yours. So, because, mommy's a Dommy. She's a Dommy mommy. So you expect something like that. But the moment she said it to him, to his little dumbass, I was like, oh my God, we're getting the fucking ladder match. It's actually fucking happening.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be for the belt. It's literally going to be for fucking Dominic Mysterio.
Of all people, I know.
Of all fucking people.
Oh.
But I love it, though. I love this because Dom, as much as we shit on Dom, he plays this part really fucking well.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
The slow changes that he's made to his character as a person, as his, settling into being just a heat magnet, is just fantastic. The mustache that he's grown recently is just the icing on the cake. It just completes it.
If the only way I could see him looking more and more like Eddie Guerrero is if he started actually bulking.
Yeah.
Getting some muscle on him.
Yeah, he needs to pack on some LBs to really do it.
To really set it home, but god damn does he look like him right now. I honestly, it's all one big kayfabe, but it's hilarious how much he does actually look like fucking Eddie Guerrero. It's actually really fucking funny.
Speaking of
I'd
that,
love to see him play into it more.
Yeah. Did you see Ray posted, I believe it was on Instagram, a vacation photo of him with the family without Dom. Unmasked.
Without Dom.
Yeah, unmasked. Just being like, dude, he looks nothing like you. You're usually wearing a mask, but without it, you don't look anything like him. He takes after his mom.
So much. But when you look at his mom, it's like, oh, he literally just takes after his mom.
Yeah.
Okay. And it just unfortunately happens to look like Eddie Guerrero in man form.
Yeah.
Slightly.
You gotta put on some LBs, Dom, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. Just dude, come on, the little Latino heat. Give him another, always have him make an entrance in the lowrider.
Dude, imagine him coming out all ripped and jacked, being like, Viva la raza! I would love it, dude. I would love it.
Just need to tighten up that 619. Just need to tighten that up a bit, dude.
He has the worst, and I'm starting to believe he does this on purpose now.
I think
this is on purpose, because he's one big fucking troll.
The
motherfucker eats, he cares about tendies, okay? He has to be a fucking troll. There's no shot he's just playing a troll.
Yeah.
But his 619 has to be on purpose for it to be that bad, because I think fucking it up, we would still look better than that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because what's her face, Selena Vega. Her 619 has been getting so fucking good, and it used to not look that good. Nowadays, just a year later, for doing it consistently, dude, she did that leg shot. Was it last week or the week prior to Live?
Yeah.
And dude, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, she makes it look great for, someone that weighs all of 80 pounds. She makes it look impactful. She
makes it look like her body, her tiny little frame slingshotting into this has that whip strength behind it. It looks real. It's great now. I love it.
Yeah,
and I like that she's being resourceful about it. She's not just hitting people in the face with it. No, she's going for leg shots. She's going for gut shots, trying to knock people off balance with it. I love that.
Yeah, it works. She's got that snap on it that just hits.
She's one of those, I want a belt on her sooner rather than later.
Dude, her, was it the backstage thing before that match where she is just going in to all the other women was...
Yeah.
She was taking 0 prisoners right there. God damn.
I feel like they are starting to build her up to be that, powerhouse. Not necessarily, strength-wise, but, smarts-wise of using what she has. Mm-hmm. And it's going to lead into her having one of these belts at some point. It has to, because she's only getting better with time.
Absolutely. She's one of those ones that, as time has gone on and they've decided to, okay, we're finally going to put some investment in her, it's been paying off, Sometimes, they make moves where it doesn't make any sense. Why are you investing so much time and energy into this person? Nobody cares. Ava Marie.
Yeah.
But this is one of those times where it's actually working.
When you look at the LWO, she's the standout other than Rey Mysterio. And I don't really count Rey Mysterio in this because the other ones are the ones that are more important on who stands out.
Yeah.
And it's her. It's absolutely Selena Vega.
Absolutely. Honestly, I could see her maybe not being top face of the company, but she's on her way to being at least, main event status.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, put a tag team belt on her for a little bit, let her rise there, and do a fallout with her partner, and then she then slingshots then for one of the belts, one of the singles belts.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. She's one of those that can show that she shows that you can take a move that everybody sees and use it in such a way that it is still impactful and rejuvenating for the sport.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of tag teams, we might finally have a resolution for the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the rumor is that they are confirmed they're heading to WWE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so WWE's tag team men's division is about to get a shot in the arm if these guys are on their way there.
Seriously. That is going to be huge. Absolutely huge. I'm happy to see that because unfortunately for the tag team division in WWE, it's not as hot as AEW in my opinion for the men's.
Which is amazing considering that the Bucks have yet to have a title defense in 3 months.
Right. Don't even get me started on that. But
this is the place for that, Derek. Come on.
True. I'm annoyed by that. I need a defense from them. I need this to mean something still. Like, it's been kind of annoying.
I'm gonna say I'm with you as an individual, but as someone who is watching the product on a regular basis, I understand it for their characters.
I do too.
Like, we're using our powers as EVPs to not have to defend our titles ever.
I know, but I want to watch them wrestle. I'm like foaming at the fucking mouth for it, man.
At least we're getting blood and guts on Wednesday.
True.
And
that's true.
As little as it makes sense for the Team Elite versus Team AEW for the blood and guts match, as far as like the team swarming for Team AEW, I'm still here for it. I mean, the composition of the team, it's one of those ones where I 100% believe it was just like Tony Khan being like, I need a way to work these people into a match as a team together, and everyone will love them. Yeah,
but it has worked. I'm not gonna lie, it has worked. Especially when you have Kenny Omega helping stir things up. Like, that's the way you do it.
God, I need Kenny Omega back on TV. I just need it.
Same here, man. But I feel like by getting Motor City, WWE will be able to actually make those titles mean something again.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad saying this, but they don't really mean anything when they're with Judgment Day now to me. Like,
yeah, I mean, it was fun with Awesome Truth for a little bit there.
I loved that. I thought it was great.
Yeah, that was something that, like, that's one of those things. Like, WWE has never really put a lot of emphasis on their tag team titles. For God, I want to say a decade, the tag team title scene was just the Usos and New Day going back and forth.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
There was the oddballs, but they were always just like jobber level.
Yeah.
Or like weird pairings that you wouldn't expect, and then they obviously have never worked together, so it didn't work out.
Right. But I mean, they've done some things here and there, but like it's never had any like long-term like payoff.
Well, I gotta say, I think there was kind of a hint towards Motor City coming in by having DIY take the belts recently. Joey Gargano is an amazing wrestler.
Johnny.
Sorry, did I say Joey? Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah.
My bad.
Johnny Wrestling.
Johnny Wrestling. But no, I like DIY is amazing. And the storyline they have going on right now with Austin Theory and what's his face?
Waller.
And Waller trying to get Austin to realize how toxic Waller is. I just love that.
Yeah.
And I think DIY, because of their ability in ring, it's gonna kind of ease WWE fans into seeing Motor City come in.
I hope so, and I hope they get a good reaction right off the bat, because unfortunately, like, DIY has this problem right now where they're really good in the ring, obviously undisputed.
Oh yeah.
But it takes so long for the crowd to get behind them, because like they come out and there's almost zero reaction for them. And people, like, they have like amnesia when it comes to Gargano and Ciampa, where like they get them by the end of the match. Like, they're on their side, they're on their feet for them, because they put in the work and they show up and they show out every single time. But it takes so long for the crowd to realize what's happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Andrade and Carmelo as well.
Yeah.
Where by the end of the match that they're all in, they're like on board, but watching them all come out, they're like, who the fuck is these people?
Yeah, they need a recognizable, distinct, original gimmick. And that's, I think, what is missing for them. Because for, almost a year, it seemed like they were doing, like, oh, hey, we're impersonating D-Generation X. Like, we're the knockoff Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah, I mean, you're called DIY. You should be coming out with, like a handsaw and, like, a hammer.
Yep.
And maybe some nails, and, like, try and ramp up some of these matches into hardcore matches.
Yeah. Like, I don't know I don't know how to repackage them to make them work better, but there's something there. Like, the guys can work. They're not bad at promos. Like, they've got, good banter. They just they're just missing that, like, one little, like, special ingredient to take them to the next level.
I think part of it is they're not given enough time with promo work. I think now they are with this Austin Theory and Waller situation. And they're allowing them to have some time to cook with this.
Yeah.
I just think they need to be given more time. I think that's part of the problem is there's so many wrestlers, it's hard to give everyone a promo every week. Yeah. So give them a bigger opportunity, especially now that they're the champs. Like, let them cook a little bit, man. I feel like we could get something out of this that could be built out of what's there now.
Yeah. Speaking of champions, we got a couple of new champions in AEW. MJF and Will Ospreay had that banger on Wednesday for the International. So MJF, God, I loved the photo he posted after the match. He's like, didn't even break a sweat. He's got the oxygen mask on. And then Christian Cage and Kill Switch, not Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne, new trios champs.
You know, I miss Luchasaurus, man.
I do miss it. I like that he hasn't changed anything else but the name.
Yeah.
Which is a benefit. But Christian Cage with a belt is just good for business. It really is.
Yes, it is, because when your dad is speaking, you shut up and you listen.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, but dad gets the belt, because the last thing you want to try and do is get the belt from your dad. So.
It's true.
And he's the world's best dad.
I mean, he's like the only dad that actually exists in all elite wrestling.
Yeah. And he dads harder than anyone has ever dadded before. So it's kind of a given.
Yeah. Kind of given. And then, did we ever talk about Ethan Page picking up the NXT championship?
No, we didn't. I was surprised that happened, actually. But also not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I expected the belt to be held for at least one or two more like major shows. I didn't expect it to drop this early. So
at the same time, it just goes to show they've got a lot of faith in Ethan Page as a performer. As well they should. The dude's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say it was a great match, man. Like, he earned that win, like, by the end of it. Like, don't get me wrong. I just was surprised still by the end of the day.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna catapult into either SmackDown or Raw sooner rather than later, man.
I mean, that is the general path for, like NXT. It's like, okay, get used to working in WWE. If you've got the experience, you're heading to the main roster imminently. Some people, they stay there for, years and years and they never move up. It's just what happens. Sometimes they just can't find something for those people to work. But when they believe in somebody, man, do they put the fucking power of that company behind them.
Oh, yeah. Like Braun Breaker, perfect example.
He has, since coming to the main roster, God, has he just been on another level.
I gotta admit, Sammy made me realize how small Braun actually is. Like, he is near hedgehog levels in size. Like, it's no wonder his ass can sonic from one side of the ring to the other. And not only that, I swear to God, they must either they don't bolt that thing down correctly, the entire ring, not just a portion, the entire fucking ring, or he breaks bolts while he hits fucking the ropes, because that motherfucker moves the ring, not just one side. The whole thing moves.
He's got power, dude. He's got power and speed, and he's got an intensity that is, a bit old school,
I feel like with the way they're treating him, like his character right now, it is inevitable we're going to see a belt on him before the end of the year.
I hope so.
I don't think it's going to be the Intercontinental, though. I think it's going to be the U.S. belt, the Logan's belt.
Derek?
Yeah.
We got a bit of breaking news here.
Uh-oh.
Biden just dropped out of the presidential race.
Oh, so yeah, that I was gonna say there is a very good chance that was gonna happen, given the fact that when you lose even the oligarchs on your side, it ain't gonna go forward.
Yeah,
Now that being said, though, pretty much anyone can beat Trump. They just have to be able to speak. So,
they do.
The little ear damage that he got did nothing to raise his numbers. They've been the same, if not they've lowered. So
Yeah. It's
that means Kamala's going to be the head of the ticket, and she'll have to pick a vice presidential candidate because I don't assume that they're going to pick anybody else to lead the way, unless they're saying now.
well, apparently Biden himself has endorsed Harris to take his spot. Yeah.
Now, do we all remember the fact that he promised to be a one-term fucking president originally?
I mean, I think he wasn't anticipating at that point for, Trump to try and run for re-election at that point.
Well, I'm hoping that he assumed that his ass would have been in jail already. But
I think that's what he was assuming. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find latest stuff here. God.
So if Kamala's going to be the head of the ticket now, I can easily see her picking up someone like Newsom.
That would be my choice. Yeah.
Gavin Newsom would be a way to try and bring some people on the left back into the fold, despite the ongoing mass unalivings of people in Palestine.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, despite the fact that Kamala will be the top of the ticket, she's not as eminent. She's like the same level with Biden when it comes to that. She doesn't care. She's just going to keep sending our weapons over there.
And she's been polling just slightly better than him, but not much. She needs somebody else to kind of bring in more people to her side. Newsom, he's very popular. Buttigieg, maybe another possible option. I don't know how likely that's be because his popularity wavers pretty hard. Like he goes up one day and he's down just as much as the next.
Yeah, but that's because he's always in front of some sort of oversight committee where they're just hounding him.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what he said in one of those hearings that day. I mean, I could see AOC being picked. As much as she claims to be an outsider, she's very much an insider. So that would be an easy pick.
God.
Draws the young vote.
That piece of shit, House Speaker Johnson, is calling for Biden to also resign from office with his decision to drop out. The fuck?
He doesn't need to resign. He can finish out his term. Fuck that shit.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Johnson shouldn't even speak. He's barely fucking speaker. He's literally Speaker of the House by one goddamn vote.
And
one vote.
He can't even do his job without a teleprompter.
No. Not only that, he fucking has no way to negotiate to get stuff passed, like actual real stuff passed.
Yeah,
this is one of the biggest do-nothing Congresses we've ever fucking had in our lives, in anyone's lives.
Pretty much, yeah.
Harry fucking Truman, fucking campaigned off of a do-nothing Congress, and these fucks have done less than that one.
Which is surprising as fuck, because they love to bitch, don't they, about things not getting done. Yeah, that looks like it's apparently like the House Republicans' message right now is they're trying to insist that he also resign. It's fucking stupid.
He's not going to resign. He's not going to resign. I can tell you that right now. The only thing that would take him out of that office early is death. That's it.
Yeah.
But I think we all saw this coming because once the establishment stopped being behind him, that means the money dries up. How is he going to campaign without any money?
It's pretty fucking dire for that. I was of the mind that a lot of these calls were coming from, Russia. And apparently, no, there was just that enough of the actual Democratic establishment that was like, no, we're going to do this now.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've wanted him out of this for a while. I never wanted Biden to begin with, technically.
I mean, this is
I bought into the
lesser of two evils. This is just not Trump.
Yeah, like I bought into that shtick the first time, but like all I want out of a Democratic candidate, personally, for me to vote for him, is to stop aiding and abetting Israel right now. That's it.
Yeah.
Just stop giving them shit, and you got my vote. That's all you got to do. Just stop giving them fucking weapons and money and all that, and helping them do this mass unalivings of people that they're doing. Like, and you got my vote.
God, it's been so long since we have not had a war criminal president.
Uh-huh. Huh? It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And before anyone says, oh, but Trump will be worse, like, at the rate we're going at, man, like, the Palestinians aren't even going to survive past the Biden presidency. They'll never see the next presidency at this rate.
At this rate, that's... I mean, they were so close to a ceasefire. They were so close.
It's only been Israel. Like, the Hamas, however you want to say it, so we don't get demonetized. Well, we're not even monetized. But so we don't get fucking age-gated and all that crazy shit. They've been agreeing to the original ceasefire plan and more for months. For absolute months. 3 days after the incident in October, they were offering to return everyone and for an immediate ceasefire. Like, it's only been Israel that's been saying no, despite what the president's been saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's all for the world to see. And not only that, the ICJ ruling coming out, was it yesterday, the day before, showing that these settlements that Israel is doing are war crimes and lead into the mass unalivings that they're doing, and that they need to return all the land and give reparations.
Oh, man.
Like, that also makes the president look worse because he keeps backing this evil shit, which was probably helped lead into his idea of, like, I need to get out while the getting is good.
I mean, we won't know till November how smart of a decision this was. I mean, it's late. It's very late in this process to be making this decision.
Yeah, but anybody, like a fucking sponge that's been cooked in a goddamn microwave for 30 minutes after putting a shit ton of soap and garbage all over it, could do better than Trump. Fucking carbon dioxide could do better than Trump.
Yeah. Right now, the only thing I fucking want is them to... enough of the Democrat higher ups to just be like, okay, here's our candidate, full support behind them, no turning back.
I think they will now.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a choice now. They can't look weak any more than they do at the moment. But this is, I mean, they've always been weak. Like, the system is working as intended. Like, the Democrats look weak so that we move farther and farther to the right. Like, Democrats are a center-right party, and the center has moved so far right. Like, anyone who cares even remotely about human rights is on the left at this point, so...
Yeah, it's kind of strange that you're called a communist for wanting people to have basic human rights.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was a guy on Threads the other day who... He's like a writer or some shit. He was arguing that they need to drop trans issues and allow them to be eaten by the goddamn wolves.
Oh, fuck that
to save
noise.
the party. This is where Democrats are at, though. Democrats have helped pass stuff in Project 2025 that hurts the trans community directly. They have bought into this right-wing rhetoric that gender-affirming care is bad, despite the fact that gender-affirming care has been going on for fucking decades with everyone. Like, people who get boob jobs, that's gender-affirming care. You got your dick elongated? Gender-affirming care. You got a nose job? Gender-fucking-affirming care.
You got a prescription for Viagra? Gender-affirming care.
Gender-fucking-affirming care. And all of this leads back into bodily autonomy.
Yeah. Hey,
like,
fucking our personal favorite piece of shit, Hulk Hogan, was at the RNC, and they referred to him as Hulk Hogan, which is not his real name. His real name's fucking Terry.
Terry. Yep, fuck Terry. That new shirt you made with the Iron Sheik quote. Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, we stand Iron Sheik in this house. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, link in the description below if you want to get your Iron Sheik shirt that says "fuck the Hulk Hogan."
Yep. Fuck the Hulk Hogan. We love you, Iron Sheik. We stand the shit out of you, brother.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in power,
But-
more likely, actually.
Yeah, rest in power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in power. Actually, yeah. Fuck yeah. Because
He
like
was-
I'm sorry, but like if you're gonna bring on someone like Terry to come do your RNC convention, then you've basically have admitted that you've watched Idiocracy and decided we're gonna do that.
Yeah. We're just going to do that.
Fucking Brondo fucking makes plants feel good, brother.
It's got electrolytes.
You know, his speech, I watched some of the convention. I did not watch it through any of their channels, so they didn't get a dime of my money. But I watched his speech, and I was so goddamn aggravated because it just reminded me of his arrogance when he said that he worked 400 days out of the year because of his flights back and forth between Japan and the US. It had that same fucking energy.
Dude.
Mixed with Idiocracy, where when he ripped his shirt open, I was like, dude, come on, man. Come the fuck on.
Dude, I honestly think Mike Judge should have Idiocracy re-released so he can get an Oscar nom for Best Documentary next year.
Yeah, just leave out the eugenics part of it, though.
Well, yeah.
Like, let's not do the eugenics part again. Let's leave that part out, please.
Let's skip that bit.
Because you could still make this same point without, like, either I don't think it was on purpose, but accidentally advocating for eugenics.
Oh,
Maybe it was on purpose. I don't know. But you and I both know that in the very beginning of that movie, it's advocating for eugenics.
It is. Unintentionally or intentionally, that is the broad message of the whole movie.
Yeah. As funny as the movie is, it's hard. It's tainted by that one little spot there in the very beginning that advocates for fucking eugenics. So, yeah.
Dude, I'm so tired of living in interesting times.
Me too. I want that boring times or whatever make weak men part. Let's go back to that. Why did the boomers get that? Why did the boomers get to have that, man? Come on.
Because the previous generation fought hard. Real fucking hard. Through a lot of shit.
Man. Could you imagine some of our ancestors like looking on right now and seeing how close we are dipping into a fascist dictatorship?
Dude, they're so fucking disappointed in us.
Like, don't get me wrong. This country is based off of like fascist ideals since its inception. Like, a lot of fascists based a lot of their stuff off of what we were doing to people back in the day. But there's always been this ideology, this hope that we could be something better. And it's like, why didn't we just aim for that more? Like, come on. Like, what the fuck? We shouldn't be at this point.
No.
If anything, this country should be anti-capitalist by this point and realize how wrong we were, and that the only way to uplift everyone to, actually achieve those basic tenets that we find in the preamble and such, by, actually caring for people's needs.
Yeah. On the upside, Derek, at this point, we can have a little bit of solace in the fact that Elon Musk is pissing away $45 million every month to try and get Trump reelected.
Yeah, he just started that stupid super PAC. It's kind of crazy, this level of fucking ring licking, this fucking O-ring licking that he's doing, man. He's fucking going in deep.
Yeah, he's going, as my friend Scott used to say, duck deep.
Dude, he literally right now, I can tell you, if Trump had colon cancer,
They'd
fucking
find it.
Elon Musk and all these other tech bros would have found it by now. Exactly.
Yeah.
Their tongues are so far up there, they would have been able to feel each specific fucking polyp that was like filled up in like more of a sack than it should have been.
That's disgusting. Whew. Dude, this is so
Interesting times.
crazy, but it does show, like, at least the Democrats are attempting to be a healthy party. They're seeing where the winds are going somewhat. They're adjusting.
Yeah, but that's all because they're trying to find someone that still fits the mold they want, though. Because
Yeah.
let's be real, since 2016, things would have gone way differently had Bernie Sanders not been cucked twice over. Like,
Oh, man.
Like, I'm not blaming Bernie bros or nothing like that. Nothing like that. I'm talking about just establishment fucking over Bernie in 2016. And then again in fucking 2020 because he was getting some heat behind him right away.
Dude, I would vote for Bernie right now.
The only reason Biden won in 2020, the Democratic nomination, was because he was the only one who could beat Bernie fucking Sanders in the primaries. That's it. Bernie had that shit fucking clinched, man.
Dude, he had the right amount of support behind him. He had the right messaging. He had everything. And the billionaires just said, nope, that's not fucking happening.
Exactly. Like, fucking, hey, let us have our fucking candidate that we want. Because, don't get me wrong, Bernie's an older man. He is. But Bernie's a very, like, realist kind of dude.
He's spry.
Fuck yeah. Like, I feel like if Bernie thought he couldn't do the job, he would let us know. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So, I would want that kind of guy. You know what? If you're not going to pick Kamala for any fucking reason, pick Bernie. Democrats, if you're listening, just pick fucking Bernie Sanders. Get it over with. He will trounce Trump in the main election by double digits. I guarantee it.
Dude, I'd love to see them on a fucking debate stage.
Dude, he would own his shit.
He would eviscerate him.
That would be one of the few times where you would see Trump potentially bring a weapon to a fucking debate stage. Like a literal fucking weapon, because he'd be like, this is the only way I can beat him. And even then, it's probably questionable, because Bernie used to duke it out with cops and shit back in the day for the civil rights movement, so that dude can throw hands.
Bernie's fists are rated E for everyone. Everyone can touch those hands.
Dude, why do you think he wears mitts, brother? Is to keep these things fucking locked and loaded at all times.
Yeah, they're heated up to keep them warm, ready to go.
I am once again asking you to hold me back from putting these hands on a motherfucker.
Oh, God. Fuck, dude. On this momentous news, on a fucking sleepy Sunday. Oh,
yeah. Monday for you all.
Yeah, Monday for you all. Heck of a week coming ahead of us. I can feel it. This is why I said last week, I'm not getting anything prepped for the next episode, because who knows what's gonna fucking happen. And of course this happens.
Of course, while we're recording too, because weird shit tends to happen while we're recording.
Yeah, God, we're cursed.
We are cursed. It's that YouTube curse, I swear to God, man. I used to like joke around with you a lot, like when Achievement Hunter and such would bring stuff up, and we'd all be like, oh no.
Yeah,
but this shit keeps fucking happening. Like, what the fuck,
dude? Fucking quantum mechanics at play. We're in a whole different level of string theory right now. Somebody is playing with us. Somebody needs to reset the fucking simulation.
You know what? We're gonna need a shirt that says I'm tired of living in interesting times kind of shirt.
I'm making a note of that right now.
I don't know, man. The way you said that sounds like a shirt banger to me.
I'm gonna make a note of that for
like an Edgar Allan Poe kind of style, brother.
Yeah,
dude, with like the Raven talking to me like, I'm tired of this shit. Hawk the Raven forevermore.
Shout out to ECW Raven.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, his fucking promo where he was in the school and he slams the desk down or tries to, and it fucking goes wee like a fucking like high pitched fart.
Yeah.
I will never forget that. I will never fucking forget that.
It's one of your favorites.
God, it's so good.
Saving that note for later. T-shirt, Alex will make that later this evening, probably.
Hell yeah,
He'll
T-shirt,
be for
Alex.
Sale imminently. God.
Before this episode is even live.
Yeah, quite possibly, yes. If you want, grab one of those when they're available. There's a link in the description below, along with all of our other social medias. Thank you for joining us on your night off. We'll see you next week. Who fucking knows what we're going to be talking about then? I'm not teasing up anything, because fuck planning, because the universe said no. Seriously.
Like, there was so much we could have talked about with just WWE for Raw and fucking SmackDown. And there was so much happening. There's no way we could have fit that in unless we wanted like a 4-hour episode today.
God damn. One day when we have more time, that might become the norm, Derek.
Seriously. Seriously, dude, so much shit is happening. It's fucking crazy. But let us know what you think too, by the way, before we go.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts about all this craziness going on. Did you call any of this? Did you not call any of it? Did you have like a bad debate one time and then everybody stopped backing you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a magician one time and now you know your life's path? Let us know.
If you have a favorite flavor of ice cream, let us know in support of Joe Biden dropping out.
Yeah. All right. What flavor of ice cream are you licking as you say you don't know Jack?
Mm-hmm. But until then, we'll see you next week. Thank you for liking, comment, subscribing, doing all the engagement things. And we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.